The Pet Girl of Sakurasou is a Japanese light novel series written by Hoan Kamishida, with illustrations by Kaji Mizoguchi. ASCII Media Works published 13 volumes between January 2010 and March 2014. A manga adaptation illustrated by Haruki Kusano began serialization in the April 2011 issue of ASCII Media Works' Dinchikiji's magazine, and was later transferred to Dinchikiji's comic. A drama CD was released on June 28, 2012. A 24-episode anime TV series adaptation by J.C. Staff aired between October 2012 and March 2013. It has been licensed by Sentai Filmworks in North America. Plot: Sakura Dormitory is a dorm of the high school affiliated with Seimu University of the Arts, which hosts the strangest, most trouble-making students. After being kicked out of the normal dorm for keeping a stray cat, Sarata Kanda moves into Sakura Dormitory. As he starts to get used to the life in the dorm, Mashiro Shina, a world-famous artist who cannot even take care of her daily life, moves in. Sarata is forced to become Mashiro's handler. The story is about their daily lives as well as mental growth. Characters: Sakura Dormitory residents, Sarata Kanda, voiced by Yoshisugu Matsuoka. Sarata is the male protagonist of the story. He is a second-year student of Suiko, who lives in room 101 of Sakura Dormitory. He was kicked out of the standard school dorm after he chose not to give a stray cat he picked up. As many of the Sakura Dormitory residents have outstanding grades and art skills, he often feels plain and normal among them. A major plot of the story is how his personality and self-expectation evolves. He eventually begins to design games. After being chosen by Chihiro to take care of Mashiro's daily life, he resists at first, but ends up getting used to it. Sarata decided to become a computer game designer, but his game proposal to a famous computer game company was repeatedly turned down. In the sixth novel, he decides to make a game on his own. At the end of the eighth novel, he confesses to Mashiro. He cannot resist taking in stray cats, and he ends up keeping 7 in his room. Mashiro Shina, voiced by Ika Eno, Mashiro is the female protagonist of the story. She is the resident of room 202. She is a world-famous artist who transferred into Suiko as a second year to learn how to draw manga. Although her artworks are widely admired by the world in spite of her young age, she knows nothing other than drawing, and has an extreme lack of common sense and living ability. Due to this, Sarata has been forced to handle Mashiro's living chores, to the point that he even has to pick out underwear for her, or she will go out without them. In the third novel, Mashiro starts to develop feelings for Sarata, and she even claims that she cannot live without him. She has very bad grades, since she cannot pay attention to her classes, but she can still pass the makeup exams by remembering all of the answers with her art talent. According to Mashiro, she plans to live in Sarata's house and work as a manga artist after her graduation. Nanami Aoyama, voiced by Mariko Nekatsu, Nanami is Sarata's classmate, who later moves into Sakura Dormitory's room 203. Although she is harsh to Sarata, she actually has a crush on him, and everyone aside from Sarata has noticed this. She escaped from her home to become a voice actress, and has to live on her own. After she finds herself low on money to live in the normal dorm, as well as noticing that Sarata and Mashiro are getting close, she chooses to move into Sakura Dormitory. She meets Sarata's mother in the fifth novel and earns the latter's admiration. Sarata's mother even tells him that she'd prefer Nanami to be her daughter-in-law. In the sixth novel, she fails the voice actor election, and she decides to reunite with her parents to decide her next step. She was able to convince her parents to let her continue her pursuit and returns to Sakura Dormitory for her final year of high school. She speaks in Kansai dialect if she is angry or flustered. Misaki Kamiigasa, voiced by Natsumi Takamori, Misaki is the resident of room 201. Misaki is a third-year student of Suiko who later attends Seimu University of the Arts. She is very outgoing and optimistic. Sarata often refers to her as an alien. She has very good grades and is very good at drawing, but the school decided to send her to Sakura Dormitory because she pays too much attention to drawing anime and manga. She is very good at making animation and can handle the work required to make one without help from others. She has already sold an animation to a famous publishing company and made enough money to live comfortably for the rest of her life. She has feelings for Jin, and openly expresses her feelings, but Jin turns a blind eye to this and dates many other girls, which makes her very depressed. The two finally become a couple during the 5th novel. In the 6th novel, she registers their marriage without asking Jin, making them officially husband and wife. Her new name is Misaki Mitaka. She moves next to the Sakura Dormitory after her graduation into a house which she designed and built herself and has a recording studio in the basement. Jin Mitaka, voiced by Takahiro Sakurai, Jin is the resident of room 103. Jin is a third-year student of Suiko. He is Misaki's childhood friend and has feelings for her, but he feels he is not good enough to match her, so he ends up becoming a playboy. He has dated several girls, including Misaki's elder sister, but in the end he breaks up with all of them. He finally becomes a couple with Misaki during the 5th novel. He wants to become a playwright, and later attends a university in Osaka to achieve his goal. To pacify Misaki, he gives her a marriage registration form with his signature as a warranty, but Misaki ends up turning it in after his departure on the same day, which makes them officially married. Ryanosuke Akasaka, voiced by Yui Horii, Ryanosuke is the resident of room 102. Ryanosuke is a second-year student of Suiko. He is a hikikomori who rarely leaves his room, and usually communicates with others with cell phone message or emails. To reduce the need to communicate with others, he has written the MAID program. He is an expert of computer programming, and contributes lots of useful advice and information to Sarata for the latter's computer game. According to Ryanosuke, his ultimate goal is to make MAID become a real human. He has gynophobia, and will even pass out when girls touch him, and this becomes worse after Rita falls in love with him and kisses him on the cheek. His favorite food is tomatoes, saying that he trusts tomatoes more than anything in the world. He is nicknamed Dragon by Misaki. During his middle school years, Ryanosuke was a part of a game project made by his friends, but his intelligence was such that the others did not manage to keep up with him and shunned him from the project, resulting in Ryanosuke to be wary of friendship and fear women. However, after a call from Rita, he manages to get over his fear of friendship and help his friends to prevent Sakura Dormitory from being demolished. MAID, voiced by Yui Horii, MAID is Ryanosuke's artificial intelligence program. Originally, Ryanosuke designed MAID to filter and automatically reply to his cell phone messages and emails to save him time. However, Ryanosuke keeps expanding MAID's AI ability. MAID is now capable of blocking and replying to a message or email by her own preference, using new words she has recently learned from other messages, emails, or the internet in the reply, such as when she gave Sarata solid advice for his computer game program, anticipating people's emotions with cameras, writing computer or cell phone viruses and sending them out by herself, or even hacking into Suiko's computer to steal information. The only way to distinguish MAID's message from those of a human is that she replies too quickly. Ryanosuke lets MAID enter a social networking service, with most people who meet her not realizing she is an AI program. According to Ryanosuke, his ultimate goal is to give MAID an artificial body and become a real human. As running the MAID program requires a lot of hard drive space and RAM, Ryanosuke is forced to keep her working in the high-standard server set in room 102 of the Sakura Dormitory, while giving orders and receiving the results via the internet when he is absent from the room. On the computer, MAID is shown as a 3D model on the bottom right corner of the screen, and will be shown using various tools and stationery depending on her current work. MAID appears to have a crush on Ryanosuke, although it is unknown whether she has developed the feelings herself or if it is simply a part of her program design. After Rita falls in love with Ryanosuke and kisses him, MAID starts a fight with her on the internet since Ryanosuke constantly lets MAID handle Rita's love letters and emails. MAID even asks Sarata to go to England and help her eliminate Rita. Chihiro Senoku, voiced by Megumi Toyoguchi. Chihiro is the dorm teacher of Sakura Dormitory and an art teacher of Suiko. Despite being a teacher, Chihiro is lazy and only cares about drinking alcohol and trying to date men. Despite being a teacher, she often gives Sarata improper advice. She is Mashiro's cousin and is the one who arranged the transfer, but she forces Sarata to take care of Mashiro due to her laziness. She was a conscientious student of Suiko, and wanted to become a professional artist, but she changed and instead became an art teacher for unknown reasons. Iori Himiya, voiced by Nobunaga Shimazaki. Iori is Sori Himiya's little brother and also a first-year student who starts living in Sakura Dormitory after Jin and Misaki graduate. He moves to Sakura Dormitory because he was caught peeking in on the girls' bath. He has feelings for Kana. Kana Hayes, voiced by Haruka Yamazaki. Kana is a first-year student living in Sakura Dormitory after Jin and Misaki graduated. Despite having the highest score on the entrance exam, she moves to Sakura Dormitory because she could not stand sharing a room with another person, let alone a noisy one. This roommate was later revealed to be Yako. Rita Ainsworth, voiced by Yako Kawasumi. Rita is Mashiro's roommate and handler when Mashiro was in England. Despite her being the same age as Sarata and Mashiro, she has a better figure. She was jealous of Mashiro's art talent, and so advised Mashiro to draw manga, but later she regrets this and comes to Japan to bring Mashiro back to England. After realizing Mashiro's determination, she gives up and returns to England with Mashiro's father and starts to study art again. She falls in love with Ryanosuke and kisses him on the cheek when leaving, which makes him pass out. Ryanosuke is cold to her, allowing his maid Ai to handle her email, which only fortifies her resolve and makes her constantly argue with maid over the internet. In the fifth novel, she visits Japan again to give Ryanosuke Valentine's Day chocolate, and catches a chance to kiss him on the lips this time, which makes him pass out again. She moved into Sakurasou after Nanami left. Suiko students, Yako Kanda, voiced by Yui Ogura. Yako is Sarata's younger sister and is in her third year of junior high school. She later attends Suiko. She borders on the line of a brother complex and just wants to be spoiled by Sarata. At first, she does not like any of the other girls because she thinks they are taking her brother away, but after spending time with them, she at least accepts Mashiro because she has a few issues. However, she still dislikes Nanami because not only can she take care of herself, she also helped Sarata and Yako's mother with many of the household chores during her stay, garnering praise from their mother. She is quite airheaded and has a tendency to jump to conclusions about her brother and the other girls, mostly ending in perverse ways. She enters Suiko as a first-year student during Sarata's third year. Daichi Miyahara, voiced by Tashi Murata. Daichi is Sarata's and Nanami's classmate. He has feelings for Nanami. Malat Takasaki, voiced by Yurika Kibo. Malan is Sarata's and Nanami's classmate. Sori Himiya, voiced by Amy Fujimura. Sori is a third-year student in the music department who Misaki normally calls Hornao, and often produces music for Misaki's anime. She is in a relationship with Zara Ikira. Zara Ikira Tatebayashi, voiced by Satoshi Hino. Zara Ikira is a third-year student and the president of the student council. He has known Jin for a very long time. He is in a relationship with Sori. Otoha Nakano, voiced by Yukio Etsubo. Otoha is an original character from the visual novel version. She is a first-year student of Suiko. Kawaki Shinagawa, voiced by Tomoki Mino. Kawaki is an original character from the visual novel version. He is a second-year student of Suiko. Others, Kazuki Fujisawa, voiced by Shintaro Asanuma, initially introduced as one of the judges for Let's Make a Game. Kazuki is later revealed to be an alumni of Suiko and it is hinted that he has feelings for Chihiro. Sarata idolizes him, and Kazuki admires Sarata's efforts. He later becomes Sarata's life mentor and game advisor. Areno Aida, voiced by Masumi Asano. Arano is Mashiro's editor for her manga and also a friend of Rita. Farka Kamiigasa, voiced by Sori Hayami. Farka is Misaki's older sister. She is Jin's childhood friend and ex-girlfriend. Koharu Shirayama, voiced by Mikako Takahashi. Koharu is the homeroom teacher of Sarata's class. She and Chihiro were acquaintances when they were in high school. Sarata's father, voiced by Taruo Ekawa, Sarata's father. Akigo Kanda, voiced by Satomi Arai, Sarata's mother. Media, light novels. The Pet Girl of Sakurasou began as a light novel series written by Hoan Kamishida, with illustrations drawn by Kaji Mizoguchi. ASCII Media Works published 13 volumes in the series under their Denjiki Bunko imprint encompassing 10 main novels and 3 short story collections released between January 10, 2010, and March 8, 2014. Manga, a manga adaptation, illustrated by Haki Kusano, began serialization in the April 2011 issue of ASCII Media Works Denjiki G's magazine. The manga ended serialization in the magazine's May 2014 issue and was transferred to Denjiki G's comics starting with the June 2014 issue. The first tankobon volume was released on October 27, 2011, and there have been 6 published as of March 27, 2014. A 4-panel anthology volume was published on February 27, 2012. Anime. A 24-episode anime TV series adaptation, produced by JC Staff and directed by Atsuko Shizuka, aired in Japan between October 9, 2012 and March 26, 2013 on Tokyo MX. It has been licensed by Sentai Filmworks in North America. The series was also simulcasted on Crunchyroll. The series makes use of 5 pieces of theme music, 3 opening themes and 2 ending themes. The first opening theme is Kamiga Yumo Tsutakita sung by Pet Nakanijotaki, consisting of Ika Eno, Mariko Nekatsu, and Natsumi Takamori. The first ending theme Days of Dash is by Konami Suzuki. From episode 13 onwards, the second opening theme is Yume no Suzuki by Suzuki. The second ending theme is Prime Number by Ashika Ukura. The opening theme of episode 14 is I Call Your Name Again by Nekatsu under her character name Nanami Aoyama. Visual novel, a visual novel adaptation, developed by Nitsubayuri and published by ASCII Media Works, was released on the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation Vita on February 14, 2013. Reception. The Mainichi Shimbun reported in April 2012 that the novels have sold over 850,000 copies. References. External links, official website, anime official website, visual novel official website, The Pet Girl of Sakurasou at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.